Hello and welcome to this News9 special. A lot is happening in Kerala politics, and this all happened because of the arrest of KPCC President K Sudhakar. Now, Sudhakaran's arrest has resulted in a lot of galvanizing among Congress cadres, but there is a story to this arrest. What is the story all about? Why is it that the arrest of KPCC Chief now creating a huge ruckus among the Congress as well as the CPM coming out and saying that it is not politically motivated? Let me take you through some of the annals of this case. Now, before I go to that case, let me tell you there's a lot of politicking that is happening within the Congress in Kerala. And this is part of the national strategy. There is always two people who are heading the party in the state units. You have one who is technically the LOP, the calmer face, but at the same time quite stern, and the other mostly considered as strongmen of the party. Like a combination like Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar in Karnataka, you have a combination of VD Sadishan as well as K Sudakaran in Kerala. And K Sudakaran is tentatively playing the role of DK Shivkumar in Kerala, a person who takes on the CPM's strong arm tactics quite well and upfront. But however, over the recent days, this has not been the case when it comes to Sudhakaran, especially after a person, Shamir, filed a complaint against Sudhakaran. What is this case all about? But before that I go into that also, let me tell you there is a rivalry between Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan as well as K Sudhakaran. What is the rivalry all about? Well, the rivalry is all about, it starts during their college days, where Sudhakaran, while in an interview, reminisced about what he called as a kick onto Pinarayi Vijayan. And this was happening in Brennan College in Kannur. Well, the so-called kick episode was denied by the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. He said that this must be the fantasy that he has against him. But however, the Brennan College story is said to have been circulated as the point of rivalry between K Sudhakaran as well as Pinarayi Vijayan, and both of them hail from the region of Kannur, which is said to be very, very politically restive. So from this region, both the leaders have been pitching in for their parties, and now the latest flashpoint comes over this arrest. This arrest is based on a cheating case. So now let us take a look at what that case is all about. Now this is the case that we are talking about. A complaint on charges of cheating was filed against K Sudhakaran. Who had filed that case? Well, the case was filed by a person called Shamir. Now, what is that Shamir is alleging in this case? Well, Shamir claimed that he paid rupees 25 lakh to alleged fraudster Monson Mavankkal. We will explain about Monson Mavankkal a little later. Now, Shamir claims Sudhakar took rupees 10 lakhs from that particular amount. Now, this is the case that was in fact filed, and it was filed as a cheating case against Sudhakaran. Now, there is another person who's been introduced in this, and that person is Monson Mavankkal. Now, Monson Mavankkal, a lot of people know, was a fake antique dealer. He had in fact claimed that he had the staff of Moses, the crowns of famous kings, and even a piece of the cross and the cloth of Christ and whatnot. Later, it was found out to be that all of them were in fact fake antiques that was in his possession. And interestingly enough, this fraudster was able to attract prominent people, including top cops, to come to his house, visit his antique or so-called antique collection, and also had cars that did not have engines outside his house. Most of them were in fact luxury cars, and some of them claimed to be belonging to Bollywood actors as well as actresses. And this was Monson Mavankkal, and Monson Mavankkal, interestingly enough, said that there were several of them who are coming to his house, and if that was the case of association, then a lot of people would have to be arrested if they are associated with Monson Mavankkal. And he was rightly so, because a lot of big names in Kerala's society, politics as well as its bureaucracy was associated with Monson Mavankkal, and that is something that is being investigated even now. But the story doesn't stop there. Let's take a look at who Monson Mavankkal is. Let me bring out the graphics on that. Monson Mavankkal has been accused of fraud. Mankal is also accused in the fake antique case. Now, that is something that has been, reportedly seen in Kerala. Now, Mankal had taken pictures with well-known people. So, whoever went over there, he tried to build a trust by showing those pictures of prominent people with him. Mankal is convicted in a Poxo case. Now, remember this. This is the important part of it, that we can see how it is being connected with Sudhakaran. All right. And then Mankal is convicted in that Poxo case. And now, what is the connection between Mankal as well as Sudhakaran? Well, the story goes about someone called Ebin. This is put out by the Deshabhimani's English website as well, which says that Ebin was taken into custody, and Ebin is said to have said that 15 lakhs was paid to Sudhakaran, and this is something that has come out in Deshabhimani. So, how is this Monson Mankal related with Sudhakaran, K Sudhakaran, and how is it being projected as? Well, it is very simple. Monson Mankal had allegedly paid to a personal staff member of Sudhakaran around 15 lakhs. This is the claim that has been put by the latest report on this case by Deshabhimani, which is a paper associated with the CPIM. It has claimed that this amount was paid to Ebin. But is there any truth to it? We'll have to find out as the investigations, in fact, progress on this. Meanwhile, Sudhakaran was summoned for questioning in the cheating case. And suddenly, it is being said, according to Sudhakaran, that he was asked questions on the Poxo case. And then we have Mankal being produced in court, and in court, Mankal is said to have told the court that he was being forced to say that in that Poxo case, when the sexual abuse was happening against that particular victim, he was being forced by the police allegedly to say that Sudhakaran was present during that event at his house or the location where this particular crime was taking place. Now, the court has taken notice of it, and of course, his statement has been recorded. Now, Sudhakaran has been saying that there are attempts to put a Poxo case also against him. Now, the big question is, why is it this all happening? Let's take a look at the politics that is happening with regard to this case. Let me pull out the graphics on the politics of this case. What the Congress is claiming. Congress claims that Sudhakaran is being targeted. I and A groups within the Congress have united. Now, this case has led to that. The politics over this arrest has led to the I and A groups within the Congress to unite. Congress says that CPM is targeting Congress leaders. Why is it happening? Well, this is what Sudhakaran takes on CPM upfront. Remember earlier I had said that Sudhakaran was a leader who would take on the CPM upfront. And then we had Mr. Govindan coming out and talking about this Poxo case as well. Now, this seems to be the case that has led to his arrest, but he's been arrested on the cheating case. And there's a lot of politics that is in fact flowing from this. Meanwhile, CPM has gone overtly saying that this is not a politically motivated case and this is not a politically motivated arrest. This is the process of law taking its course, and that is why we have Sudhakaran being arrested. Now, a lot of people are asking this question. Has this arrest anything got to do with 2024? There is a reason for this. The CPM came to power in the state twice. It was something that Pinarayi Vijayan had been able to do and to break the left-right kind of a combo that happens in Kerala. So, Pinarayi Vijayan is said to have been able to bring this CPM back to power. But however, in the previous Lok Sabha elections, the Congress had a good sweep over the 20 seats. 20 seats that is present in Kerala, 19 were won by UDF candidates. This had resulted in the CPM, in fact, finding itself in a kind of a shock, but then it regained its strength after the assembly elections. This time too, the Congress is hoping to repeat that particular win in the Lok Sabha constituencies, and they want to get a 20 out of 20 win when it comes to the Lok Sabha polls. So, who can deliver it for them? The man called K Sudhakaran, who is able to fight it out on the ground, even engage in street battles against the CPM, and also to go ahead and ensure that CPM can be removed from the electoral equations for 2024. But the CPM is not leaving any stone unturned. It wants to reverse its losses that it faced in the previous elections. And though many of them pundits would in fact say that it is too much of a reading into it and let this particular course run as it is interesting that how Sudhakaran is now being martyred. Sudhakaran has in fact offered to quit the KPCC post after his arrest. Many of them say that this was a smart move because the infighting in the Congress has suddenly made itself not visible but vanish, because both the I and A group leaders have realized that they could be next. And this has resulted in strictures being given that no statements should be made against Sudhakaran and that the party should make a united stand on this. Well, Sudhakaran's arrest connected with Monson Mavunkal, and Monson Mavunkal says that he was being forced to make those statements. All of them are tallying about to something of a politics and a lot of politics. But the CPM coming out and saying that this is not politically motivated. Let the course go ahead as the law determines it.